Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and those sneaky guys at Toyota have put another spy photo out, apparently, a little teaser photo. The first one I thought was more like a Tundra, but this one is pretty clear that they are teasing the next generation Toyota Tacoma. So if you haven't seen the photos yet, I'll go ahead and throw these on the screen. Let's go ahead and talk about this. This is interesting strategy for them. In the past, they did stuff from Toyota's press room site, the media site, and they sent out teasers. This time, using Instagram, which I think makes a little more sense. That customer is definitely more of an adventurous customer, and they tend to be a little bit younger demographic that's using, well, Instagram more often. So this is the first one. This really got people's attention. That really got lots of news stories and things. I don't know. I talked to Toyota about this, and I got confirmation, non-confirmation, kind of a weird no comment. And so yeah, so this could be the Note Tacoma. As you see, it's a really interesting profile silhouette. And what people are saying is proportions do not match up to a Tundra. It's smaller than the proportions are of a Tundra, so this is a lot different. Now, this was today's photo, was right here, and it's like innocuous, right? So the license plate says 040423. That's a very interesting license plate, right? So is that a date? Is that the reveal date, 040423? Interesting. Maybe we'll see Tacoma. Then you can see these comments. But what really gets people's attention, even TRD John's on here, his attention, he did a video the other day, my friend John, is right back in here. There is, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of that photo, there's a really hazy version of a white Tacoma back there. And I can't really, yeah, it's hard to zoom out and zoom in there because of the way the things work. So yeah, so it looks like a new Tacoma back there. What we can kind of make out from the fuzziness is it definitely has the same kind of design for the, I would say the Tundra. It looks like the Tundra front end. So if you look at like a 2023 Toyota Tundra, and we'll pull an image up here. And where'd my image go? So if you look at this Tundra, you can see that kind of head-shaped design. And if you look really close, you can see the same kind of head-shaped design, the same kind of grill, the same underneath grill. And it's the same idea with the Sequoia as well. It's got the same kind of look to the front end. So, and that's not too bizarre, right? So we know that the Tundra is going to share some of the same attributes, or the Tacoma is going to share the same attributes of the Sequoia and the Tundra. That's just the way design works. They always pick one new design, they redo all their vehicles, and they change the design, they redo all those vehicles, that kind of deal. So yeah, so that's what they're showing there. So we have two clues. We have 040423, which is next week. And we have, as I filmed this video, and we have these design clues there of the background there. And then if you, like I said, if you go look at this photo here, which RB's been talking about, you can definitely see, if I were to say this is Tacoma, and I would say, yeah, definitely it's Tacoma right now. There's definitely some clues. First of all, you have a shorter bed, which we knew was going to happen. It's a crew cab short bed. Right now, Chevrolet and GMC both do crew cab short beds, and that's the only way to doing them. Nissan Frontier does long bed, but it seems like everybody else is gravitating toward this idea of only doing crew cab short beds because they feel like this customer and the customer they're building this for is going to be the off-road customer. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people want a truck with a real bed, a little 6-foot bed, 6.5-foot bed, and maybe they'll offer a version of it, but I can see that going away just because of customer demand. I mean, this main customer is just buying that same trim, that same cabin configuration. The crew cab short bed has become the most sold configuration of trucks on the marketplace. And so we've talked more about this. We did a story the other day on pickuptrucktalk.com. Joe wrote it up about the Toyota Tacoma tease. And I just want to scroll down because these are our thoughts on what to expect. We're saying one, if not two, hybrid powertrains. The question is going to be on the hybrid powertrain, whether it's going to be set up for towing or it's going to be set up for fuel economy. That's going to be a big question. And in the case of Tacoma, it's probably more like, is it off-road torque or is it fuel economy? Because in the Tundra, it was about power for towing, not hybrid as far as fuel economy. Coil link suspension like Tundra, and this is from some spy photos we have as well, which I'll open these links up. So we have a spy photo of next generation. We have these spy photos. I'll link to these videos above as well. But this showed off the coil suspension back there. You can see that kind of black kind of covering to it. So I think we're gonna have the same coil suspension like the Tundra, vastly upgraded and tech forward interior. I think you're gonna see a lot of design clues from the Tundra and Sequoia put in that front end, and strong Tundra styling clues, including the grill mustache. I think it's going to have It's going to have a grill mustache. We'll see if that's going to turn out to be. We can see that kind of design, and you can see that Instagram photo that I showed you, which was this one. And we go back to this photo. You can kind of see that same idea. It just depends whether they do the Tundra as far as the was it Tundra Limited that had the people didn't always love this Fu Manchu looking thing where it just kind of drops the set chrome, or the 2023 Sequoia Limited, which has got, to me, the better front end versus the two. So if we look at the 2023, that's the capstone. That is just another picture. But I think this front end, I like that color surround. I think the Tacoma is going to look a lot like the Sequoia. So if you look at that grill surround, that down there, and then those lights, and if you go back to this Instagram photo, you have that grill, a little bit of a white bar there, and then the lower grill, and then you have these lights there too. So, I mean, how is that not that? And I don't believe it's a Tundra Limited. It just looks a little bit different. They'd have to do the white bar here with a little bit of under the bottom grill too to make that make sense, to make it mirror up. So what are we talking about? We have Sequoia, probably front end. We probably have Sequoia. Let's say interior. Let's take a look at the interior real fast. So we probably have some idea in the Sequoia interior will probably be put in the Tacoma. The seats probably be the same. The seat materials will be the same. You know, what's worked for the Tacoma, or what's worked for the Sequoia and the Tundra will probably work in this. And we'll probably, the new infotainment system will have the transmissions shifter there as well. And then we will have, I don't know if they'll do the same armrest they did in the Tundra. I hope so. I really like this armrest they have on the sides. And then we could have that in the smaller Tacoma. So really the main questions are going to be on this is going to come down to, is that the Tacoma teaser? Is Instagram going to be Toyota's new vehicle of choice putting out teaser images versus the press room? We have dates of 4/4/23. We need to know what that means, whether that's next teaser or if that's going to be full reveal. We're going to have a hybrid powertrain. The question is going to be on transmissions, and it's going to be on engines. I would expect that they're going to use a new engine, a small displacement V6 like they did in the Tundra, different version of it. People are discussing what's going to be like a Highlander version. It's going to just be a detuned 3.5. It's probably going to have a 10-speed automatic transmission because I think they're going to move to that all across the board. Although it's interesting because in the midsize realm, we have 8-speed for the Colorado and Canyon because there's a law of like diminishing returns. As you add more gears on a smaller displacement engine, you don't quite get all those benefits like you would. So the 2.7 in the Colorado and Canyon was done with an 8-speed because just not enough displacement to really make it make sense. Ford has found other ways. Ford has gone 10-speed across the board. So it's interesting. There's some arguments happening, I think, between engineering and whether 10-speed's good or 8-speed's good, whether you need the additional gears for the smaller displacement engine, because, you know, as you get those top gears in highway speeds, are you really saving much fuel economy, or are you just making it more cumbersome? Kind of drive modes we're going to have. I know we're going to have a TRD Pro version as well. The TRD Pro will probably be like the Tundra, it'll probably be hybrid only. I'd imagine we're going to have some hybrid only powertrain choices in the Platinum and the Tundra TRD, or the Tacoma TRD Pro. Getting my words mixed up. So we'll probably have some only choice options, which they've done in the Tundra, which makes some sense as well. So, you know, and it really comes down to what's going to be as far as you're going to have discussions over seating position. Is that going to be improved? I think it will. That was a big criticism of prior generation. We're going to have conversations about mile per gallon. I'm sure that's going to be improved, but it probably won't be as improved as people want it to be because Toyota, Chevy, Ford, everybody just leaves me a little bit more of desire. Every time I do a vehicle, I want a little bit more out of it. And we have a reveal date. So what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for new 2024 Toyota Tacoma? I'm fairly excited. I actually have that on my list of vehicles to buy this year if I can get one by year end because of taxes and things needed by driveway by the year end. So it's on my list. Is it on your list? Also, make sure other videos over here. We're going to cover this quite extensively on our website too. Check it out at pickuptrucktalk.com. 3 words, as simple as I can make it. Pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.